What's happening, people? Welcome back to my channel. And of course, it's another Friday Night Lights. You already know what it is. As always, every Friday, 7 p.m. here on my channel. Got so much to talk about, of course, because it's transfer deadline day. But to be honest, I'm going to do another stream in about 2 hours or so as the transfer deadline kind of gets closer, where we're going to talk about all the transfer stuff. We're going to talk about all the transfer stuff there today. This stream particularly is about Manchester United versus Arsenal, and for the first time actually ever, I've put a StreamYard link somewhere in the comments, somewhere in the I think it should be the pinned comment. I might be wrong, but there's a StreamYard link. So later on into the show, in the next 20-30 minutes or so, if you would like to jump on the stream and just let the audience hear your thoughts about, what's going to happen on Sunday, because I've been hearing a lot of differing opinions. I've been hearing a lot of differing thoughts. So, of course, I would like to hear everybody's thoughts as always. Big up to Eric Reed in the chat as per usual. Shout out to Koala and, of course, Austin. Now, I'm going to actually start with a quick roundup before we go in depth, of course, later on this evening regarding the transfer window, because I think it's the biggest topic of discussion. You know what it is, Sufyan Amrabat. Here we go. Manchester United loan deal. I think it's €10 million fee, followed by an option, not an obligation, an option to buy next summer for, I think, 20 million plus 5 million in add-ons. I'm not too sure how to feel about it, if I'm being honest, because, if we were to round up the entire transfer window, then, we could actually, I'm going to save that deep transfer discussion stuff for the stream later on, because I want to hear everybody's thoughts regarding how they feel about the window, what they rate it out of 10, because I actually put out a tweet earlier today asking people what they rate the window, and I got a bunch of mixed responses. Quite a few people saying they'd rate it 7 out of 10, some people saying they rate it 4 out of 10, some people saying it's a horrible window, it looks like a bunch of players that Everton or someone would sign. It's kind of crazy how everybody's opinions are differing. But the big news, of course, surrounding Manchester United versus Arsenal is that Rasmus Højlund will be fit to start, will be fit to play. Could we see him make his debut against Arsenal? I did put out a preview video yesterday with a friend of mine called Star Player from the SDS podcast, big Arsenal fan. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you check it out, because I've heard he said some things that people agreed with actually in the comments, and of course some things that people did not agree with. Big up to Leo, says road to 1k subs. It is the road to 1k. My subs have just grown suddenly out of nowhere. Big up to Kadeem, says hello Mina, how are you doing? I am doing great. I'm glad the transfer window is coming to an end, if I'm being honest. This has been probably one of the most hectic transfer windows that I could remember, transfer deadline days that I could remember, because I just looked at my phone and then I saw Nottingham Forest are signing like 20 players today. They've signed Callum Hudson-Odoi, they've signed Ibrahim Sangare for 35 million. They've literally nabbed him from PSV. You would never see that in any other league. I think I might actually do another stream sometime this weekend, just talking about the transfer window as a whole across the top 5 in Europe, and who's had the best transfer window, especially in, I would say, the top 6. I think is quite up for debate. For me, the craziest thing that I've seen today, and I don't know if you guys think this is crazy as well, maybe I'm just being a bit reactive, is Al Ittihad bidding for Mo Salah. They've bidded for him 3 times. They bidded, 100 plus 150, plus 50 in add-ons, then 150 plus, I think, other add-ons. And now the current bid that they've put in is about £200 million. How do you say no to that at that point? Because next summer they will come back and they are not offering that. That's for sure. They will not offer that. It's crazy. It's crazy to me that kind of money is being thrown around. Of course, Mohamed Salah is probably one of the biggest Arab superstars in this day and age. So having him play in the Middle East, I guess Saudi Arabia really need him for marketability. But 200 million for me is crazy. That's mental. And the fact that Liverpool turned it down, I've seen Liverpool fans saying that, they don't want it to get accepted. But I feel like it can change the outcome of their season. And of course, they can't get a replacement so last minute. But man, oh man, 200 million is no joke. Big up to Sidaf, says 4 signings in one day. Murto madness. Listen, I don't want to hear Murto madness again. I don't want to hear that. I do not want to hear that. Laughs in their FFP about Forest. I don't know how they get away with it. I do not know how they get away with it. I know that they've got their owner is like some Greek guy that has links to like the mafia or something. I don't know. I'm whispering it because I don't want it to be too out. I don't want to get targeted. But for me, not the fact that teams like Nottingham Forest can take Champions League teams players, so comfortably. I don't think we talk about how Saudi has this big pool, and they can attract players, but we're not talking enough about how the Premier League pool is different. The Premier League pool is different. If teams like Nottingham Forest can go and just reel in a player from a Champions League team, it's mental. It's crazy. Obviously, like I feel like so much has happened, guys, in the transfer window in the last 2 or so days that I've not been able to keep up with, and I'm only seeing it now, and I'm like, what? When did that happen? I saw Ansu Fati getting announced at Brighton. I saw that he was I thought he was joining Spurs, so it was kind of confusing when I saw him going to Brighton. Salah for 200 was mental. The salary offered is monstrous too. I'd run for that bag, wallahi. So would I. I would take that bag and run. Let's be honest, guys. I think it was. Let me look exactly what that. So I know this is meant to be about the United game, guys, but I was just too amazed about that Salah bid. I could not believe it. I was like, this can't be real. This cannot be real. Okay, let me find the tweet that said it was that Santi something guy that tweeted about it. And I saw something about image rights, which is always a big thing in Saudi Arabia. I know with like players, the image rights is always a big thing. Okay, so the offer was to Salah a contract until 2027. So that's what, a 4-year contract. And then he will get 3 more years on top of that 4 years for his image rights as an ambassador. Then he'd get a total salary of around $600 million. And he's ready to say yes. It's crazy. He's ready to say yes. Obviously, the club don't want to let him go. He just signed a contract last summer. They should cash in. I must be the only person. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only person that thinks that Liverpool should cash in. I feel like they've got enough depth in that front line. They've got Gakpo, they've got Luis Diaz, they've got Darwin Núñez. Like, they've got enough. They could maybe go out and get one more player in the transfer deadline day, but that's not worked out. There's about 4 more hours or so left of that. But I just feel like that's a bag that you just can't turn down. I feel like that is a bag that you cannot turn down. 60 million for Maguire and McTominay, and now don't have money because of FFP. well, it's funny how the FFP rules work out. Don't you guys think? It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny the way that the FFP rules work out. Big up to Kadeem, says, I really dislike our owners so much. They destroyed our club. I think Kadeem is an Everton fan. I've seen Alex Iwobi was linked to go to Fulham. I don't know if that deal is still ongoing. I'm not sure if it had something to do with maybe Paulinho leaving. But if they did let, I think if they did let Iwobi go, that would have been probably one of their best players that they were letting go. I watched Everton, I think it was 2 days ago, against Doncaster. Didn't look impressive to me. They did not. They didn't look impressive to me, despite the fact that they've got actually a pretty decent team. They got Danjuma, they got that Bebe guy that they've just brought. They've got Onana, they've got Idris Gueye, they got obviously Iwobi, Pickford. I don't think Everton have a bad team, but one thing I do think, I'm sorry, Kadeem, I do think Everton will get relegated this season. I think, yes, last year they held on like by the skin of their teeth. I think they held on from the skin of their teeth, and I think now they are going to feel the wrath of the Premier League when other teams, I think the only other teams that haven't put a lot of points on the board is what? Sheffield United, Burnley, Luton, teams that have come up. So that relegation battle, I'm sorry for all Everton fans. I think they're going to be involved in it again. Salah should go. He's worshipped and adored in the Arab world. Listen, anywhere you go in the Muslim world, in the Arab world, especially in particular, they love Mohamed Salah. They love Mohamed Salah. He easily, without a doubt, I think I wouldn't say they idolize him, because I don't believe in that, and they don't believe in that, obviously. But I do think he's the biggest superstar. And I might actually get someone on the channel, do a video about Saudi football, because I know someone that works in, their football consultant, and they were advising clubs in Saudi Arabia on how to, attract players over. And then they were telling me that they basically had the Saudi investment fund, the PIF, had a list of 30 players, and Mohamed Salah was number one on that list. He was after Messi, Benzema, all those other. Alhamdulillah. He was after all of them. He was number one on the list, because they simply said, Arab player, Arab world, put 2 and 2 together. They want him to be an ambassador. I know as well they want him to be an ambassador for the World Cup, which I think would be a good look for him in terms of being Arab, bringing another World Cup to the Arab world. I don't know how the hell a World Cup would work in Saudi Arabia in 2030, because I saw them saying, I think it's 2034 they're bidding for, and I saw that they said that they would look to do the World Cup in the summer and make artificial, something to do with like artificial air to make it warm. Guys, in June and July in Saudi and just in the Middle East, you know how hot it is. It gets to 50 degrees. So I do not see how the hell that would work out. But enough about Saudi Arabia and all of that stuff. Of course, Manchester United versus Arsenal this weekend. I'm going to quickly start off with some quotes from Erik ten Hag's press conference today. And then I'm going to go into my thoughts on what the result is going to be. I will be very honest. This is the first time in a while going into an Arsenal game that I've not been optimistic. This is the first time in a while going into an Arsenal game that I've not been able to predict what's going to happen or what could happen, what could be a possibility, etc. We haven't won at the Emirates since 2019 January, and that was in the FA Cup. Obviously, if you guys remember when Lingard Millie rocked at the Emirates. And after that, I think the last time we won was 2017 around December times. So I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm hoping that everyone else might have some more thoughts or insights into what the result could be. Big up to Best Choice, says, hi, Minute, is Amrabat at already? Amrabat has had his first part of his medical done. I think this is just the final part and then the contract signing. I can imagine United announcing it today, maybe like at 10 o'clock. They could announce it because they had a private jet on standby at Florence Airport ready to fly him over to here. I know for a fact he's done his first half. And I always told you guys, personal terms was never in doubt when it came to Sufyan Amrabat and Manchester United. One thing I will say though, guys, is Johnny Evans is the most randomest. Like, why? I don't get that. And I'm going to go into it more on the stream later on that's dedicated to the transfer window, of course. But that to me just does not make any sense at all. Johnny Evans, I don't know what value he adds. Maybe his leadership, maybe it's something in the dressing room, some sort of value that he adds there. But I just do not know. So starting with first point from the press conference under Erik ten Hag earlier today, he spoke about Rasmus Højlund, yet to make his Manchester United debut. I don't even know what number. I think he's wearing numbers. I don't think he's wearing number 17 because I think Garnacho is wearing number 17. So I don't even know what number he is wearing. But on Rasmus Højlund, Erik ten Hag was asked about whether he would be available for this weekend. He said yes. He had a good training week. Tomorrow we have our final training, but he's doing well. He's responded well, so he will be available for Sunday's game. Again, I don't know if that means he's going to start. I feel like so often we've seen how Ten Hag sometimes integrates new signings in, especially if it's a new player that he's not really familiar with too much. It's kind of like he eases them in to the team. I can see that happening with Rasmus Højlund. Does that mean we might see Martial starting up top and then second half we might see Rasmus Højlund coming on? I'm not too sure. Would I want him to start? Again, I don't know. I do not know. One thing I do know is that I feel like Manchester United have to put out their strongest lineup on Sunday. I don't think they should put out a team that is kind of like half-half. So talking about Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay, because I think that's the biggest elephant, no pun intended. Jacob and Scott is the biggest elephant in the room. He was asked about them, and he said that we need the depth and the quality players in. They can play in a variety of situations, and we are ready to go for the fight. Now, I don't know at this point, I don't know what the hell Harry Maguire has over Southgate to keep getting England call-ups. Glad for Kyle Tomori got a call-up this time round. But again, I don't know what he's got over him that he just feels like, yeah, he's going to get into the starting team. The guy ain't played a minute yet. He has not played a minute yet of football for Manchester United this season. Oh my God, Nottingham Forest are just active in the window. To make us all laugh and feel better, Fletcher's kids with Johnny Evans was more of a bigger rush to sign. It's true. The Johnny Evans one just doesn't, it just makes no sense to me. It makes zero sense to me. I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know when. It's just pointless. I need to know what his salary is. I need to know what he's going to be earning before I have any other opinions on that, of course. But again, I'm going to bring up this comment here. Big up to Koala, says, am I the only one who rates Reguilon? Now, I watched Reguilon a bit at Spurs. Didn't watch him at his time in the Spanish league. But from the things that I've read and the things that I've watched, I'll be honest, out of Marcus Alonso, we were linked to Marcus Alonso. Guys, we were linked to Ryan Bertrand. I'm sorry, I will have Reguilon, especially because his loan has a break clause, meaning in January we can send him back to Spurs. Manchester United will cover 100% of his salary, but they didn't pay a fee, and they have a break clause. I think that's pretty decent of a loan signing. What I'm more disappointed in is that we're still doing loan signings. Not one, but two loan signings. Similar to January, we had two loan signings. I'm very disappointed that a club of our stature, that's what we have to opt for. I'm disappointed that we had such a gap in midfield for so long, and then we had to go for a loan because we didn't have the financials for it. Like, if anything, I'm disappointed about in the transfer window, it's really that, to be honest, in my opinion. But again, we spent 60 million. I think, and in total, we spent just under 200 million euros on our transfers so far. That's about, 6 players that we brought in? 7, if we count Johnny Evans, of course. 2 of them on loan. One of them, I don't think we should have paid that fee for him. Actually, 2 of it, Rasmus Højlund and Mason Mount, I don't think the fee that we paid for them both was actually a fair fee. But again, each to their own. I rated him ages ago, but lost in touch when he became a rival. The thing is, at Spurs, I don't rate anybody at Spurs. Anybody at Spurs. That's why I never really used to rate Harry Kane like that. The second you leave Spurs, I rate you more. Big up to Lil Yo-Yo, says, Mina jumping in late. Let's get a thumbs up for the Amrabat signing. Shout out to Lil Yo-Yo for the consistency, because every stream he would jump in and say, Mina, thumbs up or down for Amrabat. And the last time I think he asked, a few days ago, I said I don't see how they're going to make it work unless we go for a loan signing. Lo and behold, we ended up going for a loan signing. Glad that the poor guy didn't have to go on hunger strike. Glad that he didn't have to, start moving mad. I'm glad that he finally got the move, because I can't imagine how it might have backfired if he didn't, in terms of his career at Fiorentina. He was very much tapped out mentally. Sorry. So again, I'm not surprised. That I'm glad for him. I'm happy for him. And guys, you know what? Yeah, I was saying to someone today, I don't really buy kits with the names of players on the back since Pogba left. I don't actually. Ronaldo was the last one I got. Yeah. Ronaldo was the last one I got, but I'm going to be very honest, yeah? I'm getting an Amrabat shirt. I have to get an Amrabat shirt. If you guys knew me I remember during the World Cup, I was doing streams with Owen in the mornings on United View, and I was saying that United should really look at Amrabat and Unahi, two of the players from Morocco. And then I remember saying on the Full View, maybe like at the beginning of the transfer window, I said that United should go and sign Taremi and Amrabat. That's like a combined 50, 60 million. And then use the rest of the money to get reinforcements, centre back, etc. And some people laughed at me. I remember some people laughed at me, but again, it is what it is. We got our player in the end. I can't complain. We can't complain. Well, we can complain. We can complain because, to be honest, I'm sorry, but that guy Matt Hargreaves, is that his name? The director of football, whatever the hell his job is. The fact that he jumped on a flight, he didn't jump on a flight to sort out this Amrabat thing. He went to go and get a nice little town in Florence. He went to do a bit of sightseeing because there's no way you had all week to close that deal and you wait until deadline day. You literally wait until deadline day to do it. It's crazy. What shirt do you think he'll wear? I think he's going to wear number 4. Who's got number 4? No one. Johnny Evans is gone. I wouldn't mind him wearing number 6, but Lisandro Martinez has number 6. But I think he'll get number 4. And people keep saying to me, don't fall in love with a lone player. In my eyes, he's a permanent player, because in my eyes, he's going to blow up this season. And then next summer, we're going to sign him. Next summer, we are going to sign him. So in my eyes, he's not a lone player. And that's why I'm all in. I'm all in. Stocks, all in. Oh, we've got our first guest. As you guys can see, like I said, somewhere down below, I got a pinned link for you guys to jump into the stream with me and let me know your thoughts about Arsenal versus Manchester United. So we're going to get into it because we've got our first guest. And it's the one and only Sachif. So make sure you lot are nice. Make sure you guys give him a nice little round of applause. And I think he's here. Can you hear us, Sachif?
I can hear you. How are you?
Yes, lovely. How are you doing?
I'm very good. First of all, I will introduce myself. I'm Sachif, and as you have all know that I came on KG's stream like a couple of times. So I'm the guy who's from Australia.
And what do you think is going to happen this weekend? Let's go straight into it. Manchester United versus Arsenal at the Emirates. What do you think is going to happen?
You know what? Honestly, I really want to beat Arsenal so badly right now. I can't stand them right now. It's unbearable right now. I'm gonna go as much as I want to. I just want to see us finally win at the Emirates. I'm still gonna stick with a draw. I'm going with 2-2.
2-2. Who do you think is it's nice that you think we're going to score twice away from home? That's nice. Who do you think is going to be the biggest game changer for United?
You know what? To be honest with you, Arsenal, we always our players who every time they have played against Arsenal for the first time in their debut, they always score. So I'm feeling like maybe Rasmus Højlund could be the guy to do it.
I think he will play. I don't know if he'll play 90, but I think he'll play a substantial.
Probably, yeah. I agree with you.
What do you think is going to be that midfield pairing? Do you think it's going to be Cass and Eriksen? Do you think it might be Cass and McTom?
I actually, as much as I want Amrabat to start, because obviously Erik ten Hag may not be able to actually risk him in this game. So I'm going with a very surprise pick in Casemiro, Scott McTominay, and Fernandes.
I think that's a decent.
Because obviously we need some legs in the midfield. Because as much as I saw because Eriksen, he actually does well against low block teams and kind of stuff. So from last season, what we have learned from Eriksen is he doesn't have much. He doesn't have he doesn't really play he plays around 60 odd. So that's what I think of it.
Big up. And like you said, 2-2. I'm going to hold you to that prediction. I'll be back on Sunday after the game. If that's not the scoreline there, we're going to have some serious conversations. But big up to yourself. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Guys, you heard it. You heard it from him himself. Big up to Sachiv. Shout out to Sachiv, of course. Kuala. Listen, you can say what you want on the stream. Honestly, you can say what you want. There's no sin bin. There's no sin bin. Within what's it called? Within, you know, respectful content and all of that kind of stuff, you can say what you want. I don't really care. But big up to Sachiv. 2-2. Not too far off from my prediction that I said on the preview video that I recorded yesterday out on my channel. I said it would be 1-1, or if someone nicks it, it's possible to happen, and it will be a very tight game. Now, every Arsenal fan I've spoken to about the game, every video I've watched of Arsenal players, Arsenal fans, everyone's saying 4-1 Arsenal, 3-1 Arsenal. Someone said to me 5-1 Arsenal, 5-1. And in all honesty, guys, I'm not even kidding. If that happens, therapy session incoming. Of course, I feel like I'm hoping the team have enough pride, they got enough spirit, they got enough battle in them. But of course, we got another guest, so we're gonna go straight into it, guys. It's the one and only, of course, Little Yo-Yo. Glad to finally nice to put a voice to the name, as always. Listen, just go straight in with the predictions, straight in.
Listen, right? I am the executive vice president of the ASNA agenda. I have said this numerous times before. So I want a 20-0 victory. That's me being reckless. I want us to smoke them so badly. But if I'm being honest, it's going to be a draw.
I can't believe all United fans are saying it's going to be a draw. Everyone I'm speaking to is saying draw. Nobody believes that we can beat them. It's crazy. How far have we fallen that we can't? We cannot even have any optimism that we can beat them.
How many injuries do we have?
A lot.
It's mad. Like
a lot.
Too many, innit?
Yeah, way too many.
Saka's gonna cook on that right wing against whoever it is, Dello or Reguilon. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not very optimistic. As long as Ten Hag has set up the team well to counteract Saka and not give too much space away, then I think it can work, but I'm not optimistic. I just need to see that Thomas Partey, that Thomas link-up, play on that right back. Just play him there and let Rashford cook. It will cook him. It will turn him to a boiled egg. Shout out the Ghanaians, man. Ghanaians love their boiled egg. He'll be a proper boiled egg, man. Send him there.
I'm dead. What do you think of Bruno? How important is it for Bruno to have a good game? What do you think of that?
On a serious note, he's very essential. If we have a target man up front, it'll give us an option for us to really go ahead and score goals and give assists. So I think as long as we don't play him on the wing, we keep him at the number 10. And we have a focal point up front, either Martial or if Højlund is available, we play Højlund. Just go there, just give the guy assists. Don't like get crazy. Don't lose your temper, and it should work out. He should get an assist or a goal at least.
And the last point is Anthony, because nobody's mentioning him. Scored his debut goal against Arsenal. Do you think he's got something else for them? Do you think he's got something for them?
So here's my thing with Anthony, right? So I'm in the middle. We got loads of people in the fan base cussing him, and there's a few that are praising him. I mean, if you speak to KG, the guy says he's the answer to the right-hand side. I'm in the middle. I think if he learns how to use his right foot and gives an alternative, then not too bad. It might be able to get.
I don't get this. Everyone says if he learns to use his right foot, he's shown us time and time again. This brother has no intention to use that right foot.
So I mean, he did. If you remember the last game, there was that chance that we had. Who was it? Was it Casemiro? He crossed it with his right foot. Yeah. So if he just does that more in different, like situations, we might have another outlet there. Like, just get the ball in hard and low, just bring it back to Antonio Valencia, hard and low into the box, and just get someone to tap it in, man. That's what we need from him. Just give us that option alongside your B-Tech, like Arjen Robben, whatever you do, man.
Okay, and the last point is obviously
Go on.
Varane is out.
Yeah.
Lindelof probably going to play.
Yeah.
That Lindelof and Martinez pairing, I can't lie, I'm not sold on it. What do you think is going to happen with that backline? Because it's practically a new backline.
I mean, it's not the worst. We have a squad for a reason, and if we have to play Lindelof and Martinez, I think they work. Of course, you lose the physicality. So, what forwards do they have? Do you really count Eddie Nketiah or Gabriel Jesus as really physical forwards?
It's true.
I think
it's true.
Yeah, I think maybe Jesus might be a problem if he plays, but I don't know. I've seen Nketiah; he's solid, but he's not like the biggest threat in the world unless you give the guy space. So for me, I think Evans.
And your prediction is what? You're saying a draw, yeah? That's your prediction.
If I'm going to be sensible, yes, I think it'll be a draw. And listen, I watched your video with Star Player, yeah? You let that guy say Ollie is better than Ten Hag.
I don't know if you lot saw, but I just started laughing when he said that.
I saw you.
I thought if I bite, I said, and I told him afterwards. I said if I had bitten at it, we would have went on for like another hour. That conversation.
Oh my god.
That's why I just laughed. But he's not the first opposing fan to say that to me. I know that for a fact. He's not the first. He's not the first fan to tell me that they rate Ollie more than Ten Hag, which is crazy.
They have a right to their opinion, but in our opinion, their opinions are wrong, isn't it?
Yeah. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. Big up to Lil Yo-Yo, of course. As
Big up
always,
every time.
Appreciate it. We got actually another person waiting in the lobby, and I can't believe they're a real person. I actually can't believe they are a real person. Can you hear us, Aki?
Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I can't believe, firstly, you're a real person.
Yes, I am indeed. Okay, let's talk about the game. Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Okay. Let's get into it. Let's start with predictions, and then we talk about everything else. What's your predictions for the weekend?
Ooh, I will let you know now that we are going to get smoked. Okay, and I'm not saying it's going to be a 3-0 game. It's going to be reminiscent of what Liverpool did to us last season. Okay, because I'm telling you that we have got no squad depth. Our team is a raggedy team. We've got no midfielders. We've got no strikers. Our defense is on the last legs. And I'll let you know now, Ten Hag out. Yes, simply.
Are you actually Ten Hag out?
Like, I am 100% Ten Hag out. You're gonna see it. You're gonna witness it. End of the season, everyone will be singing my tune. Ten Hag out. Ten Hag out. Get the ball thrown out of my team. That's what everyone's gonna be saying.
Oh my god, I don't think you're a real person, but I'm gonna respect your opinion, of course.
Declan Rice is gonna cook out midfield. Okay, no one's gonna get past Declan Rice, 100%. Anthony versus Thomas Partey. Who do you think is gonna win that fight? Huh? Who do you think is gonna win that fight?
Anthony won't be up against Thomas Partey. It's actually
sorry.
If Partey is playing right back, it'll be Rashford up against him.
Rashford. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know the difference between my left and right sometimes. But I'll let you know now, when Anthony comes across Arsenal's defense, we'll see what happens. Okay, I'll let you know now. It's gonna be around 5-0. Okay, it might be 5-1. We might get a lucky goal. Eriksen might come on, do a little shot from 10 yards out. Who knows? But I don't have high hopes, and I don't think you should have high hopes. So for everyone out there listening, and if you're a betting man, do not bet on the game. We struggled against Nottingham Forest. Don't forget that. Don't forget that.
I didn't forget that. I didn't forget it. And one more question I'm going to ask you. Ten Hag versus Arteta. Who do you think is the better manager?
Arteta and the bald fraud. Who do you think? At least Arteta's done something. This guy's went from the Dutch league thinking he's a big boy, coming to the big leagues, and he's trying out things that are stupid. Who put Harry Maguire as a striker, first of all? Don't forget that, yeah. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would never, ever put Harry Maguire up front. And this bold fraud put him up front, okay? Secondly, he's got Mason Mount in the midfield, okay? We were on about Frankie de Jong last season, and suddenly we now have Mason Mount. Where does that make sense? We should change our name to Lonechester United because half our team are Lonies, okay? If they do good, they're off next season and we're back to square one. Garnacho, what? Got who? Garnacho. He needs to get off. Go back to where he came from. I don't know, the youth academy. Go back to the youth academy because you're not ready. You're not ready.
Big up to Aki, guys. Big up to Aki. They're calling you deluded in the chat, but everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Okay, everyone's entitled.
I've been watching you. I've been watching you from day one. Yeah, ever since you went on United View, you're doing a good job. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Big up to Aki as always. I can't believe he's a real person. I don't even know what that accent was. Someone said in the chat that they thought it was a Jamaican accent. I don't know what Jamaican accent sounds like that. I'm not gonna lie. But we've got another. Introduce yourself. For the people that don't know you, introduce yourself.
Hey, big up to everybody here. My name is Botswana Papi. I also go by Football Power Hour. It's my first time talking to Mina.
Oh, he's even got the
sounds with me.
He's got the soundboard. He came prepared. He came
You
prepared.
know,
I remember I watched you one time. I watched you one time
Mina.
on KG stream and I couldn't stop laughing. This was months back. I said, this guy is a crackhead. He's a big, big crackhead. Big up to yourself. Listen, go straight in. Tell me predictions, everything.
Yeah, no, I'll be out there. I'm the one that's like serving the sugar at the crackhead convention, you know. So, you know, that's how it be sometimes. But anyway, first of all, Aki, I love you, Aki. But Aki, get right here, man. What was that? He said Ten Hag. He said Arteta is better than Ten Hag. What are you talking about, man? No, man. No, let's be real. Like, I mean, obviously we've only seen like, you know, just like a full season of Ten Hag. We need to see Arteta in terms of like his opportunities. He's had a lot more opportunity than Ten Hag, you know. So, you know, it's a little bit harder to kind of judge. It'll after this season, it'll be actually a good time to be like, where do they rank? How do they compare? Because Arteta came in, stabilized the ship, and then like started weeding out and started forming his identity, you know, and stuff like that. And then so now he's on another phase, and Ten Hag is just like one phase behind, if you get what I'm saying. But that being said, Sunday, Mina, I'm so confident about Sunday. I got to tell you that.
Thank you. That's what I want to hear. Thank you very much. I've been hearing too much. People sitting on the fence.
Too people are scared of. I'm not scared of Arsenal. Bring them on. No. Listen, Reguilon is gonna have a point to prove. Like people think like Reguilon, you know, he's not really good defensively, etc. But like he's gonna have a point to prove, and he's gonna actually be so instrumental that at the end of the season, I'm going to say right here first that at the end of the season, he might be in the short list for one of the signings of the season, you know? Like, it's one of those things where I feel like it's a perfect opportunity for us. We needed an emergency, you know, and he's one of the best people available right now. But at the same time, you know, I was not really happy about the signing. The signing that we have to shine light on is Amrabat. He is home. Amrabat is here, Mina. We can finally dominate midfield. We're not getting run over. We're actually gonna be, you know, it's gonna be a serious battle in the midfield, and I'm excited about that. So obviously, I'm not expecting Amrabat to play versus Arsenal, but Reguilon most likely. I feel like, you know, he's gonna be a little bit more like in contention to play, and Rashford, if they put Partey over there, Zinchenko, put whoever, Rashford is going to be cooking. We will be there. will be there for the feast. You know what I'm saying?
I hear it. I hear it. This is a nice change in energy. I can't lie. I've been hearing way too much draws. Even me myself, I've been saying it's gonna be 1-1, maybe 2-2. Maybe someone will nick it. But it's nice to hear a change. I swear, it's nice to hear a change in optimism. Obviously,
Sure.
if the fixture goes a bit left, then we're gonna have a conversation after that. But for the meantime, I will take this optimism and I will embrace it and I will enjoy it. I want to hear, of course, you said battle of midfield, Bruno Fernandes, Odegaard. I've heard this conversation so many times, so many times. Even most recently had it on one of my videos. What do you think? Where do you think Bruno stands in comparison to Odegaard? How would you level them, rank them?
I'll say Bruno Fernandes is clear of Odegaard. Levels clear. Bruno Fernandes is the best chef out there. There's just never been somebody to come eat the dinner. He's been serving, putting the food on the plate. The food gets cold. We just right now, like, if we get an actual, like, I love the fact that we have Højlund. He has the opportunity to be able to build a chemistry with Bruno, and it might be one of the deadliest like combinations that we'll see like next season, But right now, Bruno has been crying for somebody to have a focal point with, and the type of the stuff that he has in his locker is just so incredible. Like, the outside foot pass, the scoop pass. He's got so much creativity, so much in like that he can actually he can make us so unpredictable in the attack. And I like him. I like the fact that Bruno, for me, we all know he's created the most chances. And even Kevin De Bruyne talked about it. He was like, yo, this guy is a creative machine. That's the phrase that he used, Vida. So for me, it's not even a debate. I love Odegaard. He's good quality, good shot outside the box, and good temperament. He's not Hollywood all the time, but you need a good balance of Hollywood and non-Hollywood. And I think Bruno sometimes gets that balance right, and his ceiling is above Odegaard.
Quickly, as aside from Arsenal game, transfer window, we got Amrabat coming in, Reguilon announced. Turkish goalkeeper. I can't even remember what his name was. Me neither.
I didn't even do it. Here we go. Nothing. But we gotta do better. We gotta remember his
player to ever play for Man United. So shout out to him. Of course, I respect that. I can't remember what the brother's name is. Onana, Mason Mount. Rate this window. What do you rate this window out of?
So with a few hours left, I put it at, is it out of 10? Or are we doing like out of 5, out of grades?
Out of 10.
What?
Out
Okay.
Of 10, out of 10.
Out of 10, I would give it 6.5 right now. It's looking like, if we can, I know we spend a lot of money on Onana, we spend money on Højlund, but we haven't, every now and then, if you look around us, most people have signed 100 million plus signing, and we haven't done that yet. I know. I think whatever, the budgets may be tight. That may just be like me dreaming that like we might get a surprise, unexpected big name signing. That's just me just being like a little crackhead. But there is. I feel like some opportunity for reinforcements in the center back position if we can move Maguire out, make that fridge, read the room or the temperature, because like the thermostat stopped working. So like if Maguire can go, if Donny can go, we might be able to get in like 1 or 2 more surprise signings, and that will move it to a nice 7, 8, depending obviously on the profile of the signings. But that's just my feeling on it. What about you? Where do you rate it as? How you feel?
I rate it a 5 out of 10. I don't think it's amazing. I don't think it's an amazing window, and I don't think it's a horrible window. It's just bang average. And the reason why I'm saying it's bang average is I think that Amrabat part plays a big part of it. That's a player that we've been. It's a position that we've been.
Well,
needing
Amrabat
to
is
fill.
2.5. Okay, all right. And then
That's a position
who's
we've
the
been
other
needing to fill.
2.5?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been needing to fill it. Then we end up on a transfer deadline loan. That's not good enough for our caliber. That's not good enough. You look at all the other clubs, right? And look at, for example, Manchester City. Manchester City won the treble, lost
Yeah.
3-4 players, and then went and signed Doku. They signed Vardio. They look how many
Yes.
players they signed. Mateus
Yes.
Nunes.
Nunes.
They
Yes.
saw Mateus Nunes bully Manchester United and said, "Yeah, we want him because when we go to Old Trafford, we need him. We need him." So that's my first point. Second point I would say is I think we paid for Hoyland. I think we overpaid for him. I think we overpaid for Mount for both of them.
Yeah.
And I feel like the inability to do multiple deals at once kind of impacted them.
I hear you. I hear you. Can you not say that the Onana upgrade though, Mina? Come on, the Onana upgrade is like more than 2.5. That's what I was just trying to get at.
But I could also say, imagine we didn't buy Onana, we kept De Gea for 1 year, and we spent the Hoyland and Onana money on Kane or Osimhen. Like, come on, like that's guaranteed 30 goals in the league, Premier League, Harry Kane, guaranteed. 70 million one side, 50 million, 120, which is what they probably were looking to sell to the Premier League teams for. I'm just thinking, obviously, if buts, maybes. But if I look at it as a whole, I don't think we should be still getting players on loan. Like we should be building a team. We should be building a team. Getting one player on loan is I hear it, but two, like, come on. And also our inability to offload people. Like when people rank the window, people only rank it on incomings, but we need to rank it on the outgoings as well. We couldn't get rid of Harry Maguire.
Exactly.
We couldn't get rid of
That's why I started my answer with the few hours still left. Look at Koala's comment saying that Mount is a -2.
Koala does not rate Mason Mount at all. Doesn't rate him at all. He's not Mount's biggest fan. You know what? I don't think a lot of people on this channel rate Mount. Honestly, I swear, I'm always defending him because I feel bad. I feel bad because, oh man, shout out to Koala as always. Koala, I dare you to show your face on the stream right now. I dare you to come and join the stream right now. I dare you, and let us know why Mount is a -2. But to be honest, the window is not over. Something could happen in the next couple hours. I don't think it will.
Oh, so who would you? Okay, all right. I mentioned maybe like whatever. We might get it maybe if Maguire moves, but it doesn't look like the fridge is moving anytime soon. But what? How are you ending this transfer window? Ideally, I'm just curious. Like for you, since it's at a 5, how could it ever go to a 7 or 8? What would make it that?
I think if we could sell someone for at least 30 million. Everybody's able to sell people for 30 million. We can't. City just sold Cole Palmer for 40 million. City just sold him for 40 million and then used that money, added 10 million on top, and went and brought Mateus Nunes. Number one. Number two, we brought Johnny Evans back. We resuscitated him. We resuscitated his career for him. There's no way he should be playing. Like, there's no way he should be back at United. Obviously, I think they've got some sentiment to him. Probably he needed a club. 1 year deal, leadership, experience, all of that stuff. Because to be honest, he's the only Premier League winner in the team. No one else has won a Prem. That don't make any sense to me. That don't make sense.
It's like maybe he's just like an excellent trainer. He's very good at helping the team balance the training.
He's there for moral support.
Morals.
He's there for moral
but
support.
we could have given a moral support contract to Johnny Evans and not have him like take up space and take parking space and locker room space. Anyway, you know, I was feeling like, all right, cool. If we maybe get one more striker, I'm torn between a striker and a center back. That's why I was asking you this question. I'm like, you know, maybe we might get just one additional, but maybe that's also over being too wishful because Martial, you know, it looks like he's gonna be Ten Hag's project. Like it's you know it's looking like he's.
Did you just say Martial's gonna be Ten Hag's project?
Yeah, Martial is not going anywhere. I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think he's going. I want him to go. I want him to go to Saudi Arabia or something. But he's not. I don't think he's gonna go. Martial
I don't think he's Ten Hag's project. I think they just can't offload him. I genuinely think they can't offload him.
What if this is the season he just stays fit, Mina? Like he just like found
The
his
guy
like
that didn't play a game in preseason. The guy that did not play one game. Me and him played the same number of games in preseason. We played the same number of games. Zero. People are laughing at you in the chat. Someone's saying Sinbin him. Someone said man.
I know.
Project Martial.
Project Martial.
Project Martial. On that note, on the last part, I think before we wrap this up,
Yeah.
who do you think scoring on Sunday? Who's scoring? You said we're
Okay.
gonna win. You said you don't rate
We're
us.
gonna
now.
win. Okay, 2-1. Okay, all right. It's going to be Bruno Fernandes penalty. All right, we're gonna win a penalty. Rashford is gonna win us another penalty from the left again, you know, because Rashford is good at that. And then the other goal is going to be none other than Anthony Dos Santos. He's gonna find his goal. I believe it's gonna be this game. And you know, for us now, it might be Rice, or you know, it might be even like whatever, you know, unlikely.
Someone
I don't
irrelevant.
know. You know, somebody irrelevant. Exactly.
Irrelevant.
So,
Big
but
up to
that's just my
Botswana
feeling.
Papi, guys. Big up to
2-1.
Botswana Papi. You're always welcome here on this channel. He said 2-1. Only one to come through
Yes.
with a prediction, a winning prediction. So if we do win, I will credit him on Sunday's stream. Big up as always. Big up, big up, big up, guys. You lot are actual crackheads in the comments. Honestly, I thought you lot. I genuinely thought we had a civil society here. I thought we had a civil society here, but you guys are crackheads as per usual. Aki is saying Saka and Ketia Rice. This guy is not a Man United fan. I know for a fact now, unless he really hates Eric Ten Hag. I think that's the only explanation. If you guys saw the stream like 20 minutes ago when he was talking about Ten Hag and Arteta, I'm convinced this guy he's not a Manchester United fan. He's not a Manchester United fan, and he's actually here with a question saying, Mina, where would you rank United transfer window out of Premiership teams? I'll say we are 18th out of 20. Chester United 0. Rebuild. Come on, be optimistic. Like, come on, guys. There's levels to it. There's levels to the pessimism, and there's levels to the optimism. There's levels. I genuinely think, guys, I'm not joking. This is Troy Superstar. You lot know Troy Superstar. This is, I think, Troy Superstar's burner. This has to be. I've never seen him and Ak in the comments at the same time, even on UV. Even on UV, I've never seen it. Where would I rank United transfer window out of the Premiership teams? I will do that on a separate stream. I will be live again in about an hour and a half to kind of talk about the transfer window as we approach the end of the deadline, of course. And then I think I'm going to do some stuff with United View, of course, as well. But, guys, we're going to wrap it up quickly just with some final predictions for the weekend, guys, of course. There's a lot of actually big games in the Premier League this weekend. I think Brighton and Newcastle is a game I'm looking at. I'm thinking that might be an interesting game. But, of course, the biggest one is Manchester United versus Arsenal. And you guys know what it is. 1-1 is my prediction. I think it will be a draw. Or if someone wins, I think they are going to nick it. So if United win, we will nick it. If Arsenal win, we will nick it. I'm hoping there's going to be like an end-to-end game, electric game. Especially, I think, last year at the Emirates at the beginning of it was actually at the beginning of this year, but it was last season. That was an end-to-end game. At some point, they had us kind of on our asses for a bit, but we were giving it to them as much as they were giving it to us. So, of course, I think it will be an entertaining game, and I think we deserve that. We deserve a good game, a good performance. One thing I'm tired of, like I said, I am tired of games where we don't perform consistently throughout the game. We'll have like 15, 20-minute good spell and had nothing to show for it. We will have nothing to show for it. Mina, you are moaning that we aren't saying it's that we will win, but you're predicting a draw. I ain't saying that we're going to get smoked. I ain't saying that I'm nervous. I'm not saying any of that. I don't know. The thing is, I'd said it at the beginning of my stream, guys, so you guys can't get onto me for it. I said it at the beginning of my stream. I said this is the first time that I genuinely cannot predict anything. This is the first time, and I think it's because we are playing Arsenal a bit early into the seasons. In comparison, like in the past, I think we always played them when it's like 5-6 games into the season. So we've had time to kind of find our feet, but we're coming off of 3 very unimpressive performances. So it's very hard, guys. It's very hard for me to predict it. So please, 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 I apologize, of course. But guys, make sure you guys hit the like button on your way out. It's the road to 1K. I'm actually not that far away. I think it's like 40 to go. I will be back in about an hour and a half as we count down to the deadline day, aka D-Day, all of that stuff, where we're going to be keeping up with what's happening. I don't think Manchester United will be making any more transfers. Can we get an Amrabat, here we go, announcement from the club? I'm praying it happens before midnight. But make sure you guys hit the like button on your way out, and I hope to see you guys in about an hour and a half, guys. Until next time, guys, it's your girl Mina. Friday Night Light settings, you know what it is. If you guys are if you enjoy these kind of videos where I allow people to call in, please let me know, and I will do it quite often. I will do it more often. If you guys enjoy these kind of stuff, I will do it more often. But of course, guys, I'll be back on my channel in about an hour and a half. So until next time, guys, peace. Wait, there you go.